Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys had a great weekend. It was a bit of a very difficult. It was very difficult not to continue to read the Gilded Ones. If you see my last video, you know I'm starting to try to do a little bit of a book club. So that's what my last video was about. I haven't read anything else, but we might have to discuss that later. But for now, I wanted to talk about what I came across when I was watching this video. Was it live? It was, let me see, Jess Owens, who you guys might know, Elliot Brooks. I'm going to try to name their channels. That way you guys can look them up. One thing I don't like sometimes when I'm looking at Booktubes and AuthorTube is a lot of them, they'll just say another person's, nickname, their first name, or something they're just known by, but they don't actually give their YouTube handle. So, like, how can I end up searching this person with just their first name? Also, books like whoa. So this Mara. So it was 3 people. So I was already following 2, but now I'm gonna check out the other one's channel. Again, it's great to this actually, they gave the link. Jess did give the link to these booktubers. That way it was easier for me to click on their name and find out who they are. I also see somebody else was supposed to be there, Bookish Realm. I'm not following that person either, so those are 2 channels I'm going to check out today to see if I'm going to follow them or not. But the 3 of them did a video about do cliques exist on Booktube. And it made me think, as a newbie, I'm on AuthorTube. I'm not on Booktube for various reasons. Just because I feel I'm going to put the link to that video in my underneath about should authors trash other authors. That's the title of the video. And I don't think so. And it's just very safe for an author not to read and review other authors on Booktube. It's a whole nother level, and it can cause some issues. So I don't do it. Other people can do it if they want to. If they want to have AuthorTube, Booktube, they want to mix it. Whatever you want to do, to each his own. For me, I'm not going to do it. Sorry, I keep turning. Finally got fish in my tank. I'll show you guys my tank later in my nice little office. I'm keeping an eye on one fish because he seems to be bullying one of the tiny fish. Might have to see which one I might take back, maybe. But anyway, the topic of the video, topic of this video will be Booktube peer pressure. So I'm not going to focus too much on the clique aspect of it. But it made me think about the peer pressure that comes from these cliques on Booktube, and how, even if it's not in a negative aspect, I don't want to focus more so on the negative aspect, but even on more so a positive level, like, oh, we're all friends, it's positive. We're not intentionally pushing anyone out or intentionally trying to make someone feel unwelcome. If you're not actively engaging with others, which you don't have to do, but if you're not actively engaging with others, it can sometimes feel a little standoffish. What they, like some people say, I was automatically gonna go for the black white. It's the white ally, but like, are you an ally if you're not actively? So, just right now, the political climate, I'll use that as an example. Anyone who says, oh yeah, I'm open, I'm an ally, I do this, but just because you're not actively spewing hate, just because you're not actively going against someone, if you're also not engaged or being active with welcoming a person, then it can be a little like, are you really an ally? Are you really doing something good? So even though a clique, they are not maybe actively going against someone, it can also still make others feel like you're standoffish, like you don't want them around. But I'm going to focus on the peer pressure part. But that was just my thoughts about the topic they were discussing. Now, talking about the thing that kept popping up in my head is about peer pressure and the different things they touched on during their video. Communication was a big one. You know, how close are you in location to another booktuber or authortuber? How much communication do you do off YouTube? Are you doing comments, lives with them? Are you on the phone with them? Or one of them talked about playing video games. How connected are you? How engaged are you with this other person? And it can be difficult because how do you start that communication? So a lot of on social media, YouTube, as you know, social media to me, I don't know if it counts. To me, it counts. Social media, yeah, YouTube, social media. Do you just DM someone? Do you just comment all the time and hope that they'll like a bunch, they'll comment a bunch? How do you move from that to, oh, what's your handle on this game? Or, oh, what's your phone number? What's your this and this and that? When a lot of people automatically say, don't email me, don't DM me, don't contact me. It's difficult, and it can be a very closed-in atmosphere. So how do you connect with one person but don't connect with another person? How can I, my little lonely self, my very small channel, how can I look at someone's channel, say, we have this in common, I like your vibe, if I'm using it, and I think we'll be good friends, so I'm going to, DM? Does YouTube have DM? I'm so new, I don't even know how you communicate with people. Let me see. So you just comment, I guess comments. So there's no message. You just comment, or if they are adding their email, maybe you just send them an email. Some people have snail mail address listed. So do you just go old school? Us writers out here, do we just write them a letter? Dear Jane. Do we just write a letter? What do we do? And I think there's some pressure to that. How do we discern which, I almost said authors, which booktubers are open to direct communication? And some might say, oh, you just make friends by you liking and you commenting, and they'll eventually notice you out of all these people. But eventually they'll notice you and they might comment back and they might do this and you might start engaging. Potentially, let's talk about that. If you do that, not many Oh, also, they can also add in links to their other social media accounts, so you can maybe DM them that way. But again, a lot of people say don't do that, and then when you say, "Oh, I haven't done it," because I've seen people who actually get offended, who put on blast other people and say, this person had the nerve to DM me talking about what's up, trying to act like they know me, pretty much. It's different if they're just DMing you and be like, oh, follow me, or oh, buy my book. Okay. Or, oh, booktuber, review my book. If it's like that, I get it. But if someone is coming up to you and saying, hey, I saw your channel, oh, I see your feed, and I think we got this and this in common. I love dogs, you love dogs. I love books, you love books. I love this book. I felt the same way. I saw your review on that book, and you know what? I felt the same way. We should talk, or we should yada yada yada. Does it work? And I wonder if these ladies and others are being honest about how they get together. Can I just randomly, here's a picture of my baby, here's a picture of my doggy, isn't he handsome too? I love this book, I agree with this, let's follow each other, or let's talk, here's my number, or blah blah blah. Is that going to be received with enthusiasm? Is that going to be a, oh yeah girl, yeah, let's here's my phone number too, let's talk? Or, oh, hey, you know what, we should do a live together, we should do this, oh, let's talk, oh, do you play this, do you do this? Like, is it going to be a back and forth, or is it going to be a, I don't know this person, who is this person? Or, oh, does this person follow me? Or, oh, they follow me, but how many comments have they given me? How many likes have they given me? Am I gonna be friends? Am I even gonna give this person the time of day if they not supporting me? If they not a fan? So, I think that's where the cliques come in. Even though you say there's needs to be some type of communication, and oh, you live closer. I can be in Washington, D.C., have dogs or cats or whatever, my fish, my books, whatever, and then try to, as best as possible, hit them up the right way. And it's still awkward. I don't, I'll be, cynical? I don't believe that's a way that most will reciprocate. That communication will be open, especially if you have a big channel. And they touched on that before, about discussing the video about how a lot of times these friend circles, these friends develop through starting your channel together, or, you know, growing up together. Basically, that happens a lot in real life. Just who you go to school with, who you in your neighborhood. A lot of ways adults make friends is through their kids' school stuff, or your work, or your clubs, and that's how you really get to really know people, because it is a little standoffish to just have a stranger come up to you and be like, what's up? And I posted on my Twitter that I saw a girl reading not too long ago, maybe a few weeks ago, not too long ago, reading a book, and I thought that was so cool. You don't really see people just sitting around outdoors, chilling, enjoying the sun, reading a book. You just don't. And I was like, I want to go over to you, and I want to talk to you, and I want to say I love books too, and I want to say I love reading while I'm outside. I don't care who's around. I don't care if there's a whole daggone Macy's Day Parade. I don't care if we over here on New Orleans and they over here with the bees. There's a whole parade going on. I'll be happy sitting there, hanging out, and reading my book. I'll be happy. I don't need to join in with all that other stuff. Though after I read the book, I'm going to go join in. I'm going to go party. But it was weird because you can a stranger, you can't just walk up to somebody and be like, I like your book. Like, it's just weird. I don't know. We are so, we need community. We need each other. But for some reason, we got to the point where too many weirdos have messed it up where you can't just walk up to someone. But there comes with peer pressure with the community when there is a big channel. And it's difficult trying to be involved. And as an author, you might say, oh, if you don't want to do Booktube and you're just doing AuthorTube, why does it matter to you? It matters because I think Booktube and AuthorTube can interconnect a lot of times. Especially when people have both channels. Or when they don't even have both channels separately, but when they mix them, that's even worse. There is a lot of pressure in the book world, the book community. So it doesn't matter if it's AuthorTube, Booktube, the book community in general. There is peer pressure. There is pressure for you to get into these cliques, to get into a friend circle in order for you, one, to grow, two, well, it involves growing, but be relevant, growing, be relevant, have anyone, care about your channel, and also have like validation. And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be if, Jess, who I would like to be friends with, actually based on the video, all three ladies were wonderful personalities. So far based on that, I don't know them in real life, so I don't know. They can end up murdering me. I don't know. I write too much stuff. But no, all of them seem lovely, and I would, definitely communicate and talk with them, be friends with them. But just saying, just as an example, because of her channel, just how many subscribers she has, and I've seen her stuff more often. Using her as an example, having that large channel, there can be peer pressure, like the book community in general. Those who are book lovers, readers, writers, whatever. There can be peer pressure if you have a larger channel, and if that person is saying, oh, I want to promote this person, but they have that power. They have that, the quarterback, the high school quarterback, not syndrome, but they have like that status where they can decide to pull up somebody. They have the power and they have the power to also bring someone down. And it gets really hard. I'm not going to say there's any responsibility. I'm not going to even touch that because I don't think that way. I'm not the person that says, oh, every person on the team should get a trophy. Even the losing team should get a trophy. No. I'm not that person. No. If you lost, you lost. You got to learn about it. I mean, it's so many valuable lessons that a lot of times we're not teaching, whatever. I'm not going to go there. But it's no one's responsibility. It's not her responsibility. Nobody else's. No big channels. But there can be pressure for someone else. And also, to be fair, pressure for the bigger channels to stay big, to stay relevant, to do things that they might not want to do. Or they might be shady and say things that aren't true. Which bring me to something else. It is sometimes a business versus passion type of situation. And I don't look at my channel, especially as an author, anyone on AuthorTube, it should be a passion. You wanting to be an author should be a passion. Writing books should be a passion. Having an author tube channel is more on the business end because I don't like talking. I am not as shy as I used to be, but I don't like public speaking. I don't like the way my voice sounds. I don't enjoy trying to think of content, so I'm very just spare the moment. And I'm hoping that my channel is genuine, that you guys notice that. But it is a business. If I didn't, if it wasn't perceived as important to have multiple social media accounts, I wouldn't. I didn't have a Twitter until my was it my second year of college, my third year of college. What was that? Maybe 2016, 2017. I don't think it was 18. I think it was about 2017, 2016. So I was very late to the game. I only had my YouTube Twitter account because it was a class requirement during my English major. And they were trying to teach you that you had to really get into the social media world. So I get it. The blogging, I had to blog, I had to do different things. And I get it. I understand it. But I do this for as an addition to my passion. So it's still like business wise. But when I say business versus passion, I'm talking about the booktubers, author tubers that focus solely on money. And that they are posting books. And it can be a hot topic. I'm not going to debate anybody because I'm not in your house. I mean, I wish I could see somebody do a live read and see how fast they can actually read. But, like, I have all these books. And some people have the nerve to say, oh, I read 5 books this week. I read 5 books tonight. Really? And then they try to create this competition. And this competition that's on the Booktube and etc., it creates pressure. It's a whole lot of pressure from the community to make sure you're reading the newest books, to make sure you're buying these books and reading them. Oh, it just came out. I need to read it. Oh, there's an art. It hasn't even come out yet. I got to make sure I get the art. I'm telling you, so many of the booktubers that I have seen, which aren't a lot, I can imagine they be crying most days before they do a video. They be stressed out. I don't understand. Y'all be just videos, edits, talking about this book and this book. I don't believe you're right. I don't believe I will say it. You could disagree. I don't believe you're reading all those damn books. You might be scanning. You might be doing what they teach you in college to read a certain amount, read another amount, and read the ending. You are not reading page by page by page by page, fully comprehending every single page. You're reading some parts. You're skimming. You're doing whatever you're doing. You're not reading 10 books back to back that damn fast. And these books be big as hell. No, you're not doing it. And you shouldn't. I mean, I don't like it when you pretend to, but I also understand the peer pressure might be making you go loco. It might be making you do all this stuff, this crazy overwork. This is like another job to some of y'all, and you might be getting paid enough to think of it as another job, or you might be young enough that you think, oh, I'm going to be an influencer. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be making, this is going to be my career. Okay, I get it. Fine, but I still don't believe you reading as many books as you're saying you are. But relax a little bit. Even though this is your job, some of y'all be doing, like, after your other full-time job, you do it too much. And I enjoy the content, but don't let others pressure you into saying, I got to spend this much money on books all the time. I got to spend all my time, my sanity reading. I've read a lot when I was younger, and I didn't have life stresses. I didn't have school and work. Well, I was in high school, so I read a lot. That was different. I did read constantly. I read a lot, but I didn't read multiple books throughout 1 week. You know, especially when Harry Potter came out, those thick ass books. I was reading nonstop until my eyes were closing. And then I'll pick it up the next day. But still, it didn't take me 2 days to read the book. You know, it didn't take me, even if you're a fast reader and you read one book 2 days, I'll just give a generosity. I'm just 2 days. You know how many days in a week? I don't believe it. But that's where the peer pressure come in. These clips, these so-called popular channels are creating this persona that's really putting the pressure on the ones that are just starting, that are smaller. A lot of pressure on them to rise to the same level. And it shouldn't. It really, I don't know. I've never been that type of person. I've always been the neutral person. So I never, after about middle school, for sure, I didn't really stand out too much. Like middle school, I started calming down a little because I was a hyper ass kid all over the place, hanging out, doing whatever. But I was very shy outside of school, but chilled out a little bit, and I was very neutral. So I got along with everybody. I was always the nice girl, quiet girl. I got along with everybody, was into sports, had various tastes and experiences, so that way I can mold. I was over here playing basketball, but then at the end of the school, I was over here with the so-called nerds playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards after school in the library. And I was writing poems, and everybody wanted to read my poems, and I was just chilling. So I was able to balance. And maybe it's another reason why I don't really get the clicks, and I really don't get the response to the peer pressure to the degree certain ones are taking it. I don't have no damn peer pressure to the extent where I'm going to really be spending all my money. I'm going to be doing multiple things that I know I don't even want to do or have the means to do or the brain power to be trying to do what everybody else is doing on this daggone YouTube. But sometimes I do feel a little pressure just on the in the way of, oh, I would like to be friends. I would like to have someone to talk books with. I would love to just have other writers that really want to engage and talk about their ideas, and just have someone to mutually, not just me listening, but them listening as well, engaging, giving feedback. It will be so great to have that. And it is difficult to fit in, because you know you don't want to do all this other extra ass work, and you're like, okay, well, do I have to sleep with the quarterback in order to be popular enough to be invited to the party? Do I have to spend my money and get in debt so I can wear these name brand clothes just so this group will want to hang out with me? Oh, this clique is so big. They got this large channel. They got this and this. Do I have to over here try to spend half of my damn paycheck on a meal or go out where they going? No. Wherever they going, wherever they are, just because I want to socialize with them doesn't mean I have to go all the way up there. And that can be a little cliquey where some of these people are here, but they say, oh, I'll just pull you up. Oh, you can come here. I'm like, oh, that's so nice of you, but why can't you come here? Or here, where I am? Why we can't meet in the middle? Or even lower, and I'll meet you here. So it can, I think there are issues that even the nice people don't always get. And I'm not calling anybody out because I'm too new. I'm way too new to really just dig into who's who and who does this and who does that. But I do notice some in the beginning. I would say, oh, I'm going to follow this person. Let me see who they follow because maybe I like them. Maybe they'll follow somebody within the same taste or whatever. And you do see a trend sometimes. You do see a trend with some of these larger channels where they are following big channels mostly. I don't really see, let me look too. I don't see these people who are so-called open and etc. following smaller accounts. So it's like, just because you're not actively, stand off, putting no one down or saying, oh, you can't be friends with me, I don't want you to talk to me. But are you part of the problem? Like, who are you following? You know what I'm talking about? So it's like, okay, this person, you're looking at who they follow and you say, okay, they follow this person, but no one has under like 10,000 followers. Really? You couldn't find any other booktuber with your same interest, with same type of books you read? All y'all are reviewing and reading the same damn books anyway. I mean, we're gonna be honest about that. All of y'all following the same books. I don't know how y'all over here learning about each other and trying to, be separate when everybody's reviewing the same damn books. And that's another pressure I don't want. I don't want to have to read. And it is so hard trying to find a channel that's reviewing books that I don't see on every single channel. And I get it. You're like, oh, I have to read this book because it's popular. It's on the New York Times bestseller. It's on the USA. And it's this. And it got this award and this award. So I have to review it because everybody's going to review it. And everybody wants to know my take, not just their take. Okay, but why can't you do other books too? Do y'all only read books that are on the New York Times bestseller list? Are you booktubers only going to read what is described as popular, or what a publisher is going to pay you, or that business side, that money? Business, I don't know any booktubers who have a passion for reading and are posting things about various books that you don't even know about. I would love to see that. I would love to see a channel talking about books that are not on every other single channel. If you're passionate about reading, why are you only reading solely what's on a New York Times bestseller list? There are other books out there that don't make the list but are very, very good. They are very good. Did she? Oh yeah, she is a new. Never mind. I was about to put her book up too, but she is. I should have known. Let me see. Any books? Okay, whatever. I don't know. I'm just been grabbing books and probably not proving my point. But my point is, a good book doesn't have to have one of those awards on one of those lists, and they definitely don't have to be the top 10 on the list. So I don't know. I don't get it, and I wish. No, actually, I don't. I don't wish I got it. But okay, we talked about communication. We talked about the business versus passion, but also trying to be fair. It is also hard to see everyone. So even though you might say, well, this person's standoffish, this person doesn't want to be friends, this person only wants to be friends with this person or with people over 10,000, etc. But on the flip side, it is very difficult to see people on here. And as a newbie, I really do enjoy trying to find authors and also booktubers who I can follow. But it's hard. It's like you got to spend a whole day or more. You got to spend a whole weekend just trying to go through all the channels, especially because they post most of the popular channels first and etc. I got to figure out YouTube anyway in general too. But based on the things I already know about searching, it's so hard. It's too many booktubers out here, too many author tubers and whatever tubers there is in the book community. There's so many of y'all that it's hard to reach you. It's just hard, and you have to kind of understand that as well, that they might not see you, and then you might say, well, I like them. I'm like, check. Some of these damn pages get like 200, 1,000 likes. I'm not going through, if y'all like, look, if I get that many likes, I'm not going through each and every single one of them. If you're able to do that on here, I know on Twitter you cannot think. Definitely on Instagram too, I think. Let me click on this one. Can you see? Oh, no, I don't want to like it. Shit. Writing experience. Okay, I like it, but let me see. No, can't see. Oh, I can't see. Well, damn. Oh no, you can see because you see on notifications. I'm stupid. Lord, I'm dumb. Okay. You can see through your notifications. See what I'm saying? I'm not very savvy. On social media, but you can see who likes and comments, etc. But you got to keep up with it. It's different when these channels have, 5 likes or 5 comments. It's easier to click on that user and review their page and see maybe if you want to subscribe to them. Oh, and follow. Do people do that on YouTube? I know they do that on Instagram and Twitter. Do they do that on YouTube? I don't promote that myself. I don't participate on social media doing that stuff, just because if I'm not interested in what you're putting out there, I'm not going to follow you. I don't care if you follow me. I'm not going to follow you unless I like your content. But maybe that's another way to see people through the weeds. I don't know. But it is hard to really see people. So that can also be a reason why they aren't seeing you. They aren't, you shouldn't feel pressure in that sense from your peers, because it might just be innocent. They might not see you or notice you. And that's okay. But there is cliques around on here and, friend circles, however you want to say it. It can be very negative in various ways that I discuss. And even if you don't if it's not your intention, it can still be in a bad light. I definitely let life gets in the way for many people, including me. So I definitely have not always commented. I will like, but I have not always commented on videos that I like. So that also might be cutting down on my my reach, my reach to these people I might want to be friends with, because I'm not commenting on all their videos, so they'll be like, oh, I recognize this person, I see this person all the time. Why do I have to do all that? Because they'll get my attention, and if I see you're supporting me, if I see you over here giving me something, like, we gotta be friends, and the only way we can be friends is if I'm actively putting into your bucket, and then maybe one day you'll decide, oh, I'll be friends with you. Here's a little something for your bucket too. Bitch, I filled your damn bucket all the way up here, and then you gonna fill up my little bucket right here? After all that time? like, oh, well, that's just me. You know, you got to be able to do this in order to get in. Again, it's this high school dynamic that this hierarchy that is perceived as normal, which it is. It's normal, even though it's not right. It is normal. It is, doggy, what you coming here for? That fish is still hiding. You see, I'm about to take you back a day if y'all can't get along. Anyway, but damn it, I got distracted. Where was I? But you got to be able to be mutual, and you got to have a real friend circle. A lot of times people say friends, but they don't mean friends. They mean like an associate, or they mean like a business partner. They mean, oh, let's just make connections. And that's good too. That's also a positive, to make connections with other people, expand your network. And a lot of people don't do that, but you should. You really should expand your network, even if you're not going to be friends with them, even if you're going to have a respectable work relationship. That's okay too. It is needed in, in any business arena or in life in general. You should have mentors. You should have people that you have similar interests in, and maybe you're not buddy, maybe you're not friends, but you can say, hey, we are almost like the same mind. You know, we're kind of like-minded. We're not there yet to be friends, but I think we should add each other to our networks. That's what I love about LinkedIn, because you really don't have to always necessarily know the person right off in order to add them to your network. And that's positive, because you might say, oh, I love volunteering. This person loves volunteering. Let's add each other to our networks. That way, if we see the other doing the volunteering, we post something, we do anything, we might be able to call on that person, and they can also volunteer or whatever. So it's important. It's really important to add people to your network that have similar interests as you, even if you're not right off the bat going to be friends with them. But you have to understand that. You can really, cliques can really impede on your networking. It really can. You can just have that mindset of, oh, they got to be friends. They got to do this. They got to do that. You got all these requirements to be friends with the lower level people like me. But there's so much that someone can offer you that you don't even realize. And it's okay to be able to offer, to want someone to offer something to your life, but you have to be able to do it in return. And that's where things get complicated, is most of these big channels don't want that. You have to be up here, or maybe they'll trickle down a little so you could try to grab on, and they'll pull you a little right here, but you're still not going to be up here. And it's their prerogative. Your prerogative, but understand there is peer pressure going on. There's a hierarchy going on. It's not just, oh, we grew up together, so of course we're not talking to you. We know each other. We know certain things about each other. So, like, really, at some point, everybody started off at some point in their friendship. Like, just because you guys are, you know, very tight, you know stuff already, there can still be another link that can come in and connect. But it's hard. It is hard, because I know I am off camera. I don't have that many friends, because it is hard to just walk up to a stranger. Or, you know, I have people I'm cool with. I talk here and there on the phone. But I'm selective with who I call my friend, because it's just the way it is. You can't call everybody your friend. And not everybody is your friend. So some of these channels, there's a lot of peer pressure on Booktube. But that's just my thoughts. There are cliques on here that are not healthy. And I'm very new and I already see it. And there are, with that unhealthiness, it comes a lot of peer pressure. It just is. And I'm not advocating for any type of changes. I'm not advocating for someone to start making friends with other people, but I am saying to expand and grow, and don't let others peer pressure you because you're small. Don't let them peer pressure you even if you're a big channel into reading every single popular book, buying all these books, having to read or all these 100 books and then post 10 videos, a week or 2 weeks. Don't let the peer pressure get to you, no matter what size your channel is. All right, let's discuss. What do you think about the peer pressure that's going on? Do you feel the peer pressure? Do you think it's valid? Do you think it's there? Let me know. And check out their video as well. It's a great video. And check out their channels. I follow 2. I'm going to look at the other ones and see if I'm going to follow in that. And if you are a booktuber or author, comment your links. Let's promote each other, and who knows, I might like your content enough to follow.